Moving on to the speaking domain, you will hear that reoccurring theme of beginners of having little or no ability to speak English in academic and social settings. So they're going to be using basically single words and short phrases, things that they have practiced or they've memorized. They're not going to want to speak, and they will quickly give up any attempt to communicate if they can. When they do, they're going to use a limited bank of high frequency words. They're going to use concrete vocabulary. Um, they're not going to have the proper grammar to be able to to make sentences and connect ideas together. Their pronunciation might even be hard to understand. For these students, you're going to want to help them build their vocabulary and give them sentence stems so they can practice speaking in sentence stems. So if everybody is going to be giving an answer in class, give them the sentence stem that can help them verbalize out loud their answer. And give them time to figure it out and practice it before they have to do it out loud. With beginner speakers, a lot of teachers say, we don't want to make him talking out loud. We know he doesn't feel comfortable right now. And he might be at a silent stage right now, but you need to continue to give him opportunities to speak out loud. Maybe not in front of the whole class, but to a partner next to him. And he needs to be practicing in English. So for the intermediate, they're going to have very simplistic original messages with simple sentences, basic vocabulary, simple sentence structure, mostly present tense. The pronunciation might be kind of difficult to understand. People that are accustomed to talking with L's will be able to understand them, but others may not. You may just have to ask them to slow down, or if they say a word incorrectly, you might just want to, say it back to them in the correct way. So if they say, I don't have a chair, you might say, do you need a chair? Here's a chair. You can sit in this chair. So you're showing them how to say that word without drawing attention to their saying it incorrectly. You're just giving them the example of how to say it. Advanced are going to be more comfortable in academic and social conversations, especially when they're familiar topics. You might see that they have to pause or restate or repeat, or they might even be looking for the words that they want to use in their language, in their conversation. They're going to be having more complex sentences, and they're going to be including more complex grammar features. At this point, most people, whether they work with L's or not, will be able to understand what they're saying. They might make a few minor errors, but it won't be anything that will impede them being able to communicate with others. Advanced High, they're going to be nearly comparable to native English speaking peers. So you should be able to understand what they're saying very well. Just like we have ELPs for listening, we have ELPs for speaking. And once again, I want to show you that all instruction delivered in English must be linguistically accommodated, communicated, sequenced, and scaffolded that commiserates with a student's level of English language proficiency. Remember that with an L in class, you are now providing speaking opportunities with purpose. As you teach your content, you also are teaching language.